3, 2, 1.
All righty, we have some more special guests. Coach Wagner, talk to us about who we have in the building, sir.
We have the Dragons making their 20th playoff appearance. 20 in a row.
Wow.
So I really don't know what to say about that.
Other than 20 years is a lot.
I was talking to Marky Nahosa at the Express News the other day. I was like, Mark, I need to know
where this ranks.
What's the longest streak right now in the area? And then he has yet to get back to me yet. But
Mark, we're waiting
I know
for you.
I know that Judson had one for a while and they missed a couple years ago. I know Smith and Valley had a long one, and I think they missed a couple of years ago. And so I venture to say, but I will be proven wrong.
One
once
of
I
the
put it
longest
up.
for sure.
It's most definitely one of the top 3 or 4 longest currently, if not the longest current streak in the San Antonio area. I'm sure there's like 100-year streak somewhere in Texas in some small school and something like that. But very proud of the tradition that has been continued in a lot of ways. Personally, there's some things that go into that, obviously, but also just pretty darn neat.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It
And
is.
so they play tomorrow night, 7:00. Bernie Champion. First time we've played Bernie Champion in our history.
I was like, man.
Yeah, Coach Ellis like, hey, this is the first time we've ever played Bernie Champion, isn't it? I was like, I mean, really? It's in 70-something years? And I thought, oh, wait, they're only like 15 years old or something.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is the first time we've played Bernie Champion this year. So excited about that and excited about getting them down in the hole and doing our thing. You
That's
know
right.
what I mean?
Dragon Stadium,
So,
Fraser Field's going to be rocking and
The
rolling.
Dragons are back.
We're
Here we go.
excited to have them. We have a coach that I feel like has been one of the most decorated coaches we've had here at Southwest ISD, and for a lot of incredible things. And not just the coach, but the person himself. Always happy to see you, Coach Franco. So thank you for joining us. Talk to me about who you brought, Coach Franco, and why you brought him as well, sir.
Yeah, well, with me I got two guys that, to me, they're exactly what Dragon football is about. I got outside linebacker and running back, senior number 11, Austin Diggs, and I got receiver, safety. He's a junior, number 1, Javon Means. And the reason why I chose these guys is they're straight A students, great men, great people to be around. They're just fun human beings to be around. They're multi-sport athletes, and right when they step off, they take off their cleats, they're going to put on basketballs and have big roles.
Which we were talking about earlier.
That's right.
Yeah, they're going to have big roles to fill for the basketball team. I hope they don't play basketball for a couple of weeks, but they will, they will, and I look forward to watching them play there. And then even on our football field, they play both sides of the ball, and they start on both sides of the ball. And
Austin's a bullet on the kickoff team too.
Special teams, you name it. Javon was on punt team, but we won't go there, right, Javon? He's no longer on the punt team, but he had some good
He
moments.
got called out before like 5 minutes in.
Yeah, but also too, Austin is he's a great running back, and on any other team he would want 20 to 25 carries a team, but we have a 4-headed, dragon monster in the backfield with 4 running backs, and he knows, there's other guys, we're able to put a fresh running back out there, so he's been real selfless in his carries.
That's awesome.
Same thing with Javon. Javon is a star receiver. He acts like a receiver. He wants the ball. Sometimes he lets us know he wants the ball, but that's what you want. You want somebody that wants the ball, wants the spotlight, but he handles it the right way. He's a great for his teammates. I like to see the passion that he has. And then, he understands our offense and what we're about. So, he fits his role nicely, and he knows, that if he's not going to get targets on offense, he goes and plays defense and plays it at a high level, comes downhill. He's had a couple of tackle for losses. So just 2 guys that great athletes, great human beings, and we're really excited to see them, showcase on the biggest stage in the 5A Division I playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that, man. It's exciting because we talk about 20 years. We talk about history. We talk about just selflessness is part of Dragon football, right? And so, Austin, talk to me about this 4-headed monster. What is it like to be in that committee where I think some might shy away from it, some might be upset by it? Coach just said you kind of embrace it. Talk to me about helping your teammates and helping this team by being a part of that committee.
With like the 4-headed dragon and all that.
Yeah.
We all like balance each other out evenly, I would say. Like we all have our different strengths and weaknesses. So we all know that in certain moments of the game, which somebody should be in. And we all take it well, because going into this year, I was one of the few returners, and like Coach said, I thought I would be doing more. But
Sure.
I've stepped back in my role and stepped up on defense. And each guy on the offensive side has stepped up in great moments and proven why they should be getting carries as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And talk to me, both of you. So we'll start with you, Austin, but both of you, talk to me about the importance of being a student first and being an athlete as well, and making sure you guys are focusing on the classroom and leading by example for your other fellow student athletes.
Being a student first is just like, it just like shows like you can build character in some ways, because if you can't pass in the class, we know our coaches won't trust you on the field. So being like a student athlete, just passing your classes is just the little things we do to our bigger picture to being like who we are.
Gotcha.
And I would thank you. I would say like the most important thing to me is so like in the classroom, if you a student athlete first, you have to be a student, and if you have good grades in the classroom, that'll help with a scholarship, and that's like the ultimate goal if you want to like be an athlete is a scholarship. So if you can be active in the classroom, like you can be active on the field, I feel like that's going to get you a long way in the collegiate level.
Yeah.
Most places you're gonna get more money academically than you are athletically.
Yes, sir.
So
That's
great
that's
answer.
Yes,
You
sir.
got
Are,
it.
are we on video right now?
Yes, sir, we
Yeah.
are.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm wearing a hat because my wife's been on to me about getting a haircut, but I told her that it's playoff time. We ain't got
playoff
time for
time, yeah.
haircuts.
That's
So,
right.
well, I'll get a haircut when the playoff streak is over. So hopefully I have long hair by the end
That's
of
what
this.
I'm talking about.
But also too, like if you see me choked up over here, just so proud of these guys. Just listening,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get choked up right now. Just watching these guys grow, and just as their coach and the young men that they are.
Yeah.
That's why it's so. I'm ready to go, man. Just listening to these guys talk. Let's go play. Let's
Yeah.
go and watch them play. And I want to win so bad for guys like these guys that just represent us so well.
And I wanted to jump right into that. You have a very, very passionate head coach, a passionate coaching team in general, right? A passionate fan base. Everybody in this district and community, right? Whether it's Legacy or it's Southwest, passionate. You guys saw it at the Fine Armor Bowl. You see that every home game. You have a home playoff game tomorrow. Talk to me about the passion of this community and how it kind of fuels you all, whether it be coaches, family, friends, staff at Southwest High School, teachers, your principal. Talk to me about the passion that this community brings that helps push you guys to take it to the next level.
I would say like just like all the people, because growing up, I didn't grow up here, but I came here my 8th grade year, and just going through these last 4 years, I've seen how like everybody in the community steps up in different ways when they're needed. And like no matter, because during our playoff game last year, there was so much people here, and I could tell like after every play we just felt it on the field. And it's just like that gives everybody more motivation to play better in like anything they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of adding on to that, something our coaches say all the time is that we're always playing for somebody else. So like that passion that we feel from like when we see people in the stands like packing out our games, like even if we're playing a not so good team or we're playing the Fire and Armor Bowl, like just having that people in the stands to like fuel us, that's always gonna get us going. So we always gonna like play for people that's there supporting us.
Yeah. You have a question?
I was just gonna say shout out to the dungeon because
Yes.
they bring it all the time, and I think that those guys feel that too, Coach Sandoval and
Absolutely.
all of them as well.
Yeah, Coach, talk to me about this season. This season, I feel like was a roller coaster for you all too, as far as emotions, as far as things going right, having to overcome some things. Talk to me about this season and why it was so special following a successful season last year.
Well, we knew the pieces coming back, like Austin Diggs, Ty Freeze, and Han, and those seniors that would come back. We felt really good about them. But the question mark was the guys that were stepping up, like Javon Means, Dre Voss, Tyshawn Holder, the young guys. And we thought that we would be a little bit more behind schedule. And we were fortunate to get 2 wins early on that, we escaped by 1-point wins and a 2-point win. And I felt, if we played those teams now, we would handle business probably a little bit more. So it's just been a joy, them allowing them to, seeing their mistakes and then seeing how they practice and just seeing the improvement each week. That's all you can ask for as a coach. And then, Austin and those guys, I hear these guys on the sideline. They don't understand, but we're always listening. We're always watching. And they've done such a great job of being motivators behind the scenes, just that next play mentality that, keep showing up, keep grinding, trust the process, trust the coaches. It's been an absolute joy, with this team. 8 wins, 20 straight playoff appearances. Just complete blessed to be around young people like this that, you know, when the alarm goes off in the morning, you just jump out of bed with your hair on fire because you have people like this that
Yeah.
you're going to represent and coach. And it's been awesome. It's been awesome. And we're so excited to, you know, to play a good opponent coming into the hole.
Yeah.
You heard from them. We need our fans to show up and have a good environment, you know, because it matters. You know,
Yeah.
we feed off of them, and we're expecting a great performance tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's Javon, you have you, Dre, a bunch of young underclassmen. Talk to me about what the future of Dragon football holds, because I don't know if 20 years sounds like a lot to you, but it is a lot, right? I mean, there's graduates that came before you that aren't even 20. So, I mean, you guys, talk to me about what the next 20 years of Dragon football looks, but specifically next year for your senior year, another senior year, following another successful season.
Next year, I don't want to like sound cocky or nothing, but as soon as you asked that question, I already knew what I was gonna say. Me and Dre been talking about it all season. We want a state championship, so that's upcoming. That's what we gonna try to. If I can't get it for them next year, Dre, I know Dre's gonna bring one for Southwest. So that's what we trying to do in our future.
I love it, man.
Sir.
I love it. The fire.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go, man.
Franco, like, sign me up.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm game.
I'm
I'm
down.
I'll be there.
Austin, talk to me about the seniors for this year, man. What has this group been like being around for the last 4 years? You mentioned not necessarily growing up in the community, but coming through this community and appreciating the community. I'm so glad you have that outlook on it and that perspective, because there's so many of us who are homegrown, but for somebody who's seeing it now, being in it, and getting to live it for the last 4 years, talk to me about what's so special about this senior group and what you guys are hoping to leave behind for players coming after you.
I would say what's so special about the senior group is like so many of us has like stick together since like middle school, I would say. Because as soon as I got here in 8th grade, like I became close with like Dorian and Aiden and all those guys. And we just stuck together through the last 4 years and have grown, worked out together, hung out with each other a lot. And it's like all the seniors know they have a certain role, even if like they're a starter or not a starter. Because we have guys like Isaiah Wilson, like he plays with his hair on fire no matter what, no matter when it is. And I know that there's just certain people that like our senior class, they know like they probably won't play, but they go to practice every day and they know that them going to practice will make me and like Javon better no matter what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, for these two specifically, what have you seen as leaders for this team? Not just why you brought them, but for these two, any other shout-outs you want to give, but the leadership on this team to pick up, where I think a lot of the people that weren't in the locker room were looking at where do we go from here. The senior class last year was so special. You talked about it a lot. And you had mentioned to us last year, though, you were like, I don't think you guys realize the skill position players we have the years coming as well. So talk to me about the leadership they've brought to the table to continue this tradition of playoffs, just to continue the tradition of playing Dragon football. What are they bringing to the table, and maybe a few others if you want to shout them out for this team?
Well, you know, there's will and there's skill in a football player.
Yeah.
You know, and Southwest has always been known for the will. You know, possibly over the skill. Shout out Coach Wagner. You know, he was part of this playoff run as well. He's had a lot of years into that. You know, Coach Elliott and myself, and really the assistants, the coordinators. The weightlifting. There's the one that made this happen. But it's always been about will. And when you see guys here, is the transition from will to skill. You know, and you know, last year with that class, we had a ton of skill, even probably more than will. But when you see here with these two guys, is they're superstars. They're super athletic. They can do things. You know, they can catch the ball. They can run the football. But the way they carry themselves and they still show up and are willing to do the will stuff.
Yep.
You know, and block and you know lead, and that's what makes Dragon football go. That they're willing. They're bona fide superstars, and they should be running the ball. They should be catching the ball. They're willing to do the little things that it takes. And you know, when they celebrate with their teammates. It's always they commend. When you hear him here talk to, I promise you that I did not practice what they were going to say, because it sounds like, I mean, it's coach talk. That's exactly what you want your kids to say. So it's a great representation of the type of athlete that's coming through Southwest and is going to continue to come through. They want to be great. You know, they want to be great individually, but they're all about the team, the community, winning a state championship, elevating this program to new heights, and they know what it takes to do. And they're willing to do it. And it's by the example that these guys are setting, and they're going to continue to do so.
Gotcha. And we'll start. Oh, go ahead.
Hey, you know what this week's growth challenge was?
What was it?
It was on our value selfless. That's what we're talking
That's
about.
exactly what we're talking about. And what I want to hear, we'll start students first. So we'll go Austin down the line to coach. I want to hear what can fans, the listeners right now, this will be on YouTube, on Facebook, all over social media, on everywhere you can find podcasts. What can fans expect tomorrow at Dragon Field, Frazier Field? What are the fire you're going to be bringing? Talk to us about what you're hoping to achieve as a player, as yourself, and as a team, what you're hoping to bring to the table.
Well, first, what they can expect is a win, obviously. And it's like we've all been talking about it. We firmly believe, all of us, 11 on offense, 11 on defense, special teams, that we will beat them in every aspect of the game, no matter what it is. And then personally, I think I need to take a step up, because I know I've been in this situation before. It's moments like these that it shows like your leaders that they need to step up and be bigger than just themselves, and like do, like Coach said, the little things. Because me missing a block might mess up our quarterback throwing a touchdown pass to Vaughn.
Sure.
So I just know that me personally, I'm going to make sure I do everything right, and I trust that everybody else will do everything right just for us to, win this game. And then as a team, I know like our O-line, I know they've been working their butts off this whole week. It's been cold, but they've showed up. We've added a bunch of new stuff, and they've just handled it perfectly.
Perfect. Great answer.
I would say we could expect a high impact, high scoring, just intense game. Because like I've seen I don't know if it was the last two, but I've seen 2 games where they put up 50 points on their opponents, and knowing us, we've put up 50 points on our opponents too. So we should expect like a high scoring, just intense, fun game to watch. No matter if we win or lose, it should just be a good game to watch. And me personally, like I'm expecting myself to, just play better than I've had before. In the past 2 games that we lost, I felt like I kind of haven't played to my fullest, or like have mistakes that have led to that loss. So this next game, I'll be definitely like trying to
Locked in.
Most definitely. I'm gonna play my best. If we get a win, loss, no matter, I'm gonna have my best game yet. And that's just a mentality I have coming forward. And like team wise, I think this is gonna be like our we've been, I wouldn't say falling apart, but we definitely ain't been as connected as we have been at the beginning of the season. We were like more connected, and then once we started losing like that connection we had, that love for each other. So this game, I think we're gonna bring it in a team. I think we're gonna find that like love we have, and I think we're gonna be able to pull it out.
And I think that's a perfect segue. Yeah, go ahead.
He talks about we've been losing. I'm like, you lost 2 games.
2 games, yeah. But I think it's a perfect segue into what we're hoping to hear from Coach, as far as you hear that as your players, right? We understand that there is ups and downs of seasons, right? Players are getting injured. Players don't feel 100% as they did week 1 now, right? Coaches might not feel the same week 1 as they did now. Talk to me about what we can expect after dealing with those ups and downs, bringing it all together, right? Taking those pieces that you mentioned that might have been falling, bringing them back in, reeling everybody back in, because it's playoffs now, right? This is the real deal. This is do or die, go home, right? So this is a huge game. Talk to me as a coach. You've been in these moments before. You have this group. You appreciate their leadership. What can we expect Thursday at Dragon Stadium and Frazier Field?
Well, we've been very honest with them, and we told them that this is the best opponent they're going to face all year.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're going to tell them that they're going to have to play better than they have all year, a whole lot better. We can't have penalties. We can't have turnovers. We've averaged 4 turnovers in each of our losses. We can't have that, and we're going to have to execute at a really high level. So I tell them, you got one of the top teams in the region. That district is very competitive, and any one of those teams could represent our region in the grand scheme of things. So if you beat the first one, you can beat them all. And but I told them that we're going to have to be physical. We're going to have to impose our will. It's not going to be a game where we completely dominate them. We're going to have to match them. They're going to have success against us. They're going to score some points. We're going to have to find a way to get stops. We're going to have to take opportunities on special teams, and then we're going to have to rely on our bread and butter, and that's physicality with the offensive line and running the football. If this is a competition, treat it like a swimming competition. If it's a nice indoor pool like the aquatic center and everything's good, then we're probably going to struggle. But we plan on taking them to murky waters in the swamp where it's nasty, thick, take them in there where they're not uncomfortable. We're going to pride ourselves in being uncomfortable. But if we're willing to do that, and they better be ready to come down to the hole and face a whole bunch of dragons that are hungry, that are going to scratch and claw their way to victory. Let's go. I'm fired up right now. Let's, in the famous words of Sullivan, I'm about to throw it. Let's go play some football. And I think that's what we're going to bring. We need everybody to come out. Let's go. 7:00 tomorrow night, Frazier Field. Let's make it happen.
Any last words, Coach?
I got.
I mean, what do we gotta
nothing.
say?
Let's
Hands
go.
up. Let's
That's
go
it.
play.
Hands up, blow the
Let's
whistle.
go.
That's it. Hey,
Right.
we wish you the best of luck, guys. I'm excited not only as somebody who works here, as an alumni, seeing you guys talking with Coach, seeing the progression of the games, of the quality has been exciting, and I know Coach Wagner's just jolted up to ready to roll.
I think that good luck to you guys. I mean, what a great interview. They
Yeah,
did great
truly.
jobs, things like that. And like Coach said, I think it's going to be a matter of you're going to have to play some Dragon football and bend but don't break, and
That's right.
and move it, and don't give them the ball very often.
That's right.
And then we can be all right. You know what I mean? But excited about all of that.
Tomorrow, Dragon Stadium, Frazier Field. Make sure you're there. Be proud. Any last words to the fans from our students? Any last words to what energy to bring to Dragon Stadium tomorrow?
Hey, just be there, because if you're not there, then you're gonna miss a show.
That's what I'm talking about.
Warrior event. Get your points. Be there and scream.
Make sure to wear purple.
There you go.
Yeah, if you pull up and
My
work
guy,
in the
'cause I was
dungeon,
gonna
wear
say
purple.
that too.
Sir.
All right.
Yeah, we want to. I think that Javon brings up a good point. Tonight's a big night for Southwest High School. Really want to give our biggest condolences to Angelina Terrazas and her family, all of the softball team, everybody that was a big part of that. Angelina was a big part of the senior class, the things that we do here, so just really want to prayers, thoughts, all of those things for the school, for the family, and everybody else that was a part of it. We'll obviously have something tomorrow night to commemorate that as well. She was when we talk about the Warrior program, she was an elite Warrior from the first 9 weeks. I don't think people understand that. Like, she was still doing all of those things right up to the end, and so just somebody that we're very happy to have been in her presence, and for what she brought to the world, and sad for all of those things, and really want to celebrate all that she did bring to us.
And I'll tell you what, with this team, this leadership, this senior class, with how close knit you are, with how appreciative you are of one another, I mean, it's such an unfortunate situation, but now you have something even more to play for. That's more than football as well, and I think that's such a meaningful thing. And I mean, the game's going to be exciting. Come out, support. You mentioned wear purple. Make sure you come out and be ready to be loud, be ready to support our team. Bernie Champion's coming in. That's a long drive for them to come over here to the southwest side. Make sure they have a long thing to think about when they head back over to Bernie. So
Amen.
we appreciate that. Anytime, anywhere, any place, bar none. That is the motto. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being with us. Thank you, Coach, as always. We appreciate
Great
you.
job, guys.
This has been the Scoreboard Podcast. We look forward to celebrating another Dragon playoff victory and pushing the Dragons even further next time. But thank you for being with us. We'll talk to you soon. We are
Southwest.
3, 2,